It's like 6:30 in the morning. I usually get out here a little early before the guys get here. But I kind of just wanted to introduce myself and go over, I guess, how MRC started. Um, we're gonna try to do some weekly uploads of what's going on in the shop. Um, I know you guys don't get to see this side of what we do, and I guess just a chassis shop in general. It's kind of a secret as to what goes on because you don't really see what's going on. You just see the finished product. So we're gonna try to show you what goes on, the craziness that goes on. Show you the shop car, what we're working on. Hopefully, be racing that this year. So anyway, I kind of got started in racing when I was in high school. Um, I got a 98 Camaro as kind of a graduation gift, but it was just a shell. That was what I wanted, and it's kind of weird because there's not many people in my family that are into cars, so it's kind of I was kind of winging it. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the car. I kind of just let it sit for about 6 months. Thought I was just going to do like a heads cam 6-liter and just drive it. Then I kind of realized I wanted to do a turbo build, so I bought a 4.8 liter out of a rollover and a bone stock S475 and a turbo 400. So I got that. It took me like 3 years to build it. Build it in like a 2-car garage. I had one side of the garage. It was tight work conditions compared to what we have now, but that's how everyone is. We all start that way. So that was kind of where I got started. I drove it for probably 2 or 3 years. During that time, I did drag week in 2016 and learned a lot. That's where I met Doug Cook at Motion, and that was a kind of a big deal because later on we would go to do their Blazer last summer. So that was kind of a big jump start. Drag week is kind of an eye opener that this is actually something I want to do. So I kind of started doing small stuff on buddies' cars. I lived in an apartment in college, and it had a 2-car garage in it. I worked out of that 2-car garage, built my car, built a couple buddies' cars. Then I moved back home, moved in with my dad for a little bit. He had a 3-car garage, so that's where it really, I guess, took off. I had probably 2 or 3 jobs there. It was tough because I was working at a machine shop at the time, and it was I'd work there 10 hours, come home, work on other customer cars, stuff like that. So finally found a place with my wife, girlfriend at the time, and it was this place that we're in now, and the shop's on our property, by the way. So we moved into here. I probably spent 2 or 3 months working at that same machine shop and decided, after much persuasion from the girlfriend, that I should just do it full time. We got married that same year, I believe, and so it kind of took off from there. It was tough at first being just me out here. It's tough to get things done when you're trying to run a business and just by yourself. So I hired some help, some part-time stuff. So I was working 7 in the morning till 9 or 10 at night, which it got us through for a while. And then kind of decided the next step was going to have to be hire a full-time person. So last year I hired Mark, and he's been on, almost a year now. And he's been awesome. He's been killing it. And then, so we went this year, and I just hired another guy in November, and his name's Gavin. He's been doing great. So that's kind of the short history rundown of where we are. Not too exciting. Beginning of this year, we were a little hesitant on expanding. Actually, the building that we're in now, just because of COVID, it was a little, you didn't know what the market was going to do and the economy was going to do. So kind of held off. Midsummer, we realized that we really need the space. The cage kits were selling pretty quickly. So kind of turned into, we really need to get this done. So about August, we started building. Took a couple months just because the timelines of different contractors took a little longer, it got built in like 2 or 3 months, which it's not that long to build something, but I'm stubborn and I'm impatient. So this side got built, and it's currently has our shop car over there, building a Fox White chassis, welded chassis for Tracy High, and then a S10 build, 25.4. So it was needed, and it's nice to have the space. I wish we would have gotten a little bigger, and we were just discussing that yesterday. But it is what it is, and we'll just have to deal with it until then. So that's kind of the quick 5-year rundown of where we started, where we're going, stuff like that. So I guess I could give you kind of a shop tour. So this was the original part of the shop. It was just a 30 by 30, pretty basic. And then we expanded over in that side, that hole over there. It's basically our shipping and receiving area right now. There's a car over there. And if you've been here, you know what car it is. I can't really show it, but like I said, if you've been here, you know which one it is. So that's pretty much our shipping and receiving area. All the cage kits go over there before they head out on freight. We got all our parts over there. This side is more heavy fab side. We got our cold saw over there. It's a little crazy right now because we're still kind of getting organized from moving into this spot. We got to figure out some small tube storage. Right now it's just kind of on the floor. So this side is, yeah, like I said, it's heavy fab chassis. There's some customer parts over there. My office, which is full of shop car parts, and bathroom over there. So I guess I should go into kind of what tools I started with. When I moved into the college apartment, I didn't really have many tools. I had a MIG welder, and that was about it. And that's kind of all I had. I went and me and my dad actually went half on this same welder. Those that kind of know where that welder comes from, and I should complain about it, and because it was so cheap, but it keeps working. I mean, we've had it for 7 years now, and it still works fine. I still use it every day. All of us out here still use it every day. So when I was getting more into cage fabrication, I bought this Bailey tube notcher. It's basically just a hole saw. It's got a clamp. Hole saw runs through it. So that was kind of the first big, because that's a huge step going from an angle grinder or something like that to that thing. We can do a whole 25.5, 25.3 cage with 1 inch and 5/8 hole saw. So it does really well for what we need. It's kind of a backup sometimes, because if we're all 3 doing cage work, then we're all waiting on someone to notch something and then change the hole saw. And so that's kind of a bottleneck right now. Not a huge deal, because it's rare that we're all doing cage work at the same time. Usually I'm welding, and Mark and Gavin are bending cages or fitting cages. So other tools, we got last year we picked up a Dynasty 280, and that was to do some of our heavier welding, like housings and stuff like that. So that's a really nice machine. About right before we moved into this side of the shop, picked up a cold saw. It super nice. It's really dirty right now because it's been worked hard the past few weeks. But it makes things so much nicer. We can go 4 or 5 months on a blade. Their blades are a little pricey, like $130, but it's only $16, I think it is, to have them sharpened. So I ship them out to Scotchman and they sharpen it and send it back. So it's really not that bad, and we get a pretty long life out of it. So that's about it on bigger tool stuff. We have we have a shear, a 10-smith shear. Makes things really easy to make square and make tin work. And look, we just got the most important tool is a coffee maker.
It makes all the best tools work.
So I've always made coffee in my house and brought it out here, but Mark said he wanted a coffee maker. So as long as it makes him work faster.
Yep.
So this is the shop car currently. We're waiting on some 4-link brackets from Marty. So it's we'll have some pretty cool companies on board with this. Hoping to have it out this year. I think we kind of finally decided we're going to sponsor Rocky Mountain Race Week 2.0, do the Rowdy Radio class with this car and sponsor it. It's a 235 tire class, so 8th mile. Got a little bit of work to do, but I think we're going to try to get out here some weekends and knock it out. We have most of the parts. Got a motors put together, got the turbo, got the transmission, got to build a rear end for it. Got a bunch of little parts that we really need. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun car to take to the track. I haven't raced anything since I had my Camaro, so it's been a while. So, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool to show off what we build and what parts we would use on a car, like a customer car. If we were to, build them something, what we would recommend. So I'm gonna try and upload like weekly, kind of what's going on in the shop. It's gonna be kind of tough. I'm gonna try to edit on the weekends and upload like Monday morning or night. It's gonna be. We are extremely busy right now, so might not be Mondays. Kind of depends on what we have in the shop, what I can show off and stuff like that. So yeah, it'll hopefully upload some more time-lapse videos. We have a full time-lapse of this, and gonna have kind of an instruction type video for the kits and the welded chassis. So hopefully that'll shed some light on putting those in. We get a few questions a week on how they fit, and so hoping to show you guys how we do that. And then maybe Mark will have some coffee recipes that he can share.
Totally.
We're gonna have a vlog of coffee recipes, shop coffee recipes.
Yeah, it's called Dunkin' Donut Hazelnut.
Ooh,
That's the recipe.
hazelnut. So anyway, that's all I have for today. We got another video, a time lapse going up of a car we did over the summer that I never got around to. So probably be uploading that before this video comes out.